Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today we're going to take a simple Dollar Tree candle and we're going to make it fabulous, basically. No, well, we are going to make it fabulous. But what we're actually going to do is this is actually going to be part of my Beltane decor, and eventual I'll burn this on Beltane, or leading up to, I should say, like the night before, I'll begin the burning of this candle, and it will just symbolize love and good wishes and just positivity and rebirth, renewal, and basically all positive and all the good vibes coming into the season. That's the energy we're going to code into the candle. But before we get that far into it, we're going to decorate it. And that's what I'm going to do now. So eventually I'll use these little broken up pieces of rose quartz and this chamomile essential oil, but we're going to put that to the side and we're going to just get into actually just the decor right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm using these items here to do it. I'm not sure if I'll keep this one, but I know I'm using these two. So let's get into it. So yeah, if you get simple candles like this from the Dollar Tree or wherever, and you want to, give it a little zhuzh, and you don't have like a fancy Cricut machine or something like that, which I do, but I kind of wanted to use this as an opportunity to show you that you don't have to use a fancy Cricut machine if you don't want. Now, I could have easily taken off that label, but we're not, because we're going to work around it. That's the point. I could have taken that off, but I don't want to. You won't even see it by the time I'm done. It'll be turned around, so it won't matter. It's my point. But yeah, we're going to lay this around. Yeah. And I like the colors, so just, by the way, when you're decorating or, embellishing the outside, go with something that makes sense with the magic that you're doing with the intention of the candle. So these purples and the pinks and the greens and the blue is very spring-esque, hence why I'm doing it. And I like the sparkle because I like the sparkle. And I also like the purple as well. And I think this is definitely giving very spring vibes. So we're going to use that as well on here. But yeah, it's simple. But and in just a moment, I'll be sharing my other Dollar Tree crafts that I created specifically for Beltane. All Dollar Tree. Everything was done with Dollar Tree. I think I had like one thing where it was something I already had, but everything else is all Dollar Tree. And I'm like super proud of that because I went into the Dollar Tree and made it rain. Or $1.25. The $1.25 store. Isn't that annoying that they did that? Anyway, yeah. But yeah, that's a great place to go, like an explosion of flowers. That's what I was going for in my home. I wanted it to feel like spring and Beltane and all of that. So I definitely am giving those vibes in my home, and you'll see momentarily just little decor and embellishments. At least that's what I'm going for. So that gives us our outline. So we have that here, right? Now I don't know if you can see it on camera, there's some words there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and now I'll use this part up here. Yeah. Because I don't want to see that, the barcode or whatever those numbers are. It's not fitting my purpose. So we're going to cover it up. And that's okay. That is okay. There we go. All right. So we have that. So there you go. So already it looks, better. I mean, it might not be to your taste, but it looks better. So now we're going to crack open this book and we're going to use some cool stickers to sort of add, what's the word I'm looking for? To translate what it is that I'm doing, to translate the vibe that I'm going for. So we have some pretty purple things here that I think I'm going to use. But hold on, because we're thinking Beltane. Beltane is about a lot of different things for a lot of people. For me, it's representing, creation and fertility. And fertility, again, is not necessarily about getting pregnant, in a literal sense. Fertility is also about creating, and basically, what is it that you want to create? So I'm going to go for all those things I talked about. Ooh, this is coming off. So we're going to put this right here. We're going to just put a couple different things. Like this is like a love, it looks like a love potion, right? I like that, a love jar. So we're going to go with that for the first one. And we're going to add some more items, things that are representing the things that I want. And I see this, like, it looks like chilies in a jar. To me, that makes me think passion. So I'm going to put that on here. You see what I'm doing? It's just like a little bit of representation. We're going to put these stickers all over it that we find that makes sense for the purpose. Let's see here. And I like this because the pose, basically, this for me represents, when I talk about creating, like basically out of darkness, out of seemingly nothing. A lot of us do that and don't even realize, where you always hear, people make a way where there is no way. You see, witches specifically. It's like, wow, how does she do that? There was like no way that was supposed to be possible, yet a way was made. Yeah. This is representing that to me. That's what I'm making this represent. Just concentrating, meditating, manifesting out of seemingly darkness, and like how we're all stars made out of stardust, and we're all cosmically connected to the universe and things like that. We're all made of that stuff. So that's what I see when I see that. And I love that because that's representing the creative part. And I kind of wanted to get some flowers on here. Ooh, don't you love these? Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with this one. This big flower. Okay, and of course, this is the season. And see, we don't have to worry about this because we're covering it. The flowers, this is that time where, everything's in bloom. Everything is in bloom. So we definitely want to have that. So just everything that we're looking to basically bring about with this burning of this candle. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to see if there's any more pretty flowers or anything like that I could put on here that's representing what I'm going for. And you can do this with anything. You can, if you don't have, obviously, this sticker book, just get some stickers or something like that and go ahead and just make it yourself, make something yourself. But the point is, it's just another step, not necessary, but it is another step. And transformation, it's about transformation, right? This time, this is definitely a butterfly moment. So we can cover this sticker over completely. See? And it still goes with the flower, so that's perfect. And we put something here if it's necessary. Maybe another butterfly. Transformation, rebirth, changing into something else. We're going to just overlap these because why not? So there we go. So this is representing a lot of different things, see? And, this will be on display, so I'll know. This is not, for anybody else. It's not like something I'm selling or something like that. So it's for me. And when I see this, I know what this is. You look at it and it helps with the mind as the candle burns to remember all of this. I hope this stays up here. If not, I'll just put some glue on it. But anyway, it helps focus the mind. It helps to stay in mind seeing all this representation. Some people just write the intention directly onto the candle. You get a marker, like a Sharpie, and you put it on here. It's the same thing. I'm just using picture. So for those of you who are not so good with the words, I get you. Maybe this is your interpretation. Use this instead. This is just as beneficial. This is just as helpful. And finally, I do like this alchemy because to me, rebirth, all that, it's all alchemy, just changing, just taking something. I'm going to put this right over top of some of the other ones, kind of give it like a scrapbook feel, right? with some overlap. But alchemy, this is definitely a time to flex your alchemical studies. This is definitely that time, because this is what it's all about. You know, the concept of creation and birth and all of that is part of alchemy. You know, taking something that was raw material, something, you know, that didn't seemingly wasn't connected, but in transforming it. Through a process, you know, and that process, that uh, incubating process of, you know, birth, before you birth the thing that you're creating, that entire, I liken it to a baby. You know, there's the sex, right? And then once the sex is had, there's a process that must be completed in order to make the child, to fertilize the egg, right? And then so forth and so on. And then that grows and so forth and so on. And then there's the actual birthing process. But you're manifesting and you're creating is very similar to that process. You know, it's the thought, it's the conception, the idea, you know, right? And then there's the matter of applying it to you. Is this possible? Can this happen? And that's that part where you're fertilizing. The egg is getting fertilized. And then from there, the idea has been thought out, you flesh it out, you're aligning with it. That's the process of the baby growing. And then the birthing is, okay, let's do this spell. Let's make this happen. Let's do this ritual, whatever it is, to bring it forward. Okay. And then once you, of course, realize the manifestation, once it's realized, that is the actual receiving, you know, of the baby, you know, being born, so to speak. So there you go. At least that's how I look at it. And all of that is like weighing very deeply in my heart at this time of year. So I don't take anything lightly. Everything is something. I don't ignore signs. I actually did a reading and it told me to lean more into the esoteric, and I'm doing so for sure. I mean, I felt like I always have, but when I saw the sticker, this has actually made me think about that a little bit more. Because I really am, and because it's for the better for me right now. This is that time, you know, you got to pay attention to the times that we're in. But this is my candle, kind of scrapbookish, but I like it. I like all the stuff going on. So yeah. Okay, now that we have the candle decorated or adorned, we're gonna go ahead and do more witchy stuff. So I'm gonna punch some holes into my candle. The number of holes that you punch in is totally up to you. I am gonna punch in the number that resonates with me. Sometimes there's a certain number that weighs on you. Like you just know, you don't know why you know, but you know, for me, that's kind of what it is. And that's going to be the number 5. So I'm going to drop some of this chamomile essential oil, attempt in the holes, but you know how that goes. Squish it around, it'll get in there. You have to be careful with the amount that you put in, because a lot of people say, oh, look at that flame. That means it's really going. No, you just set it on fire. Anyway, and then we're going to put the rose quartz on here, which, you know, peace, love, and all of that other stuff. And that is definitely the vibration we're going for. So we're going to sprinkle that on here, just around like that. So we want those intentions in here, okay? And something I didn't show, but is a little something I'm going to just add, because why not, right? Because it's spring, it's Beltane, it's all those things, so why not add just a little bit more? So let me get that. We're going to add just a little lavender. You don't need a lot, just enough. We don't want to waste any. Just some lavender. Okay, and there you go. There you go. That's our completed candle. No fuss, no muss. There it is. Now, Prior to cleaning, you might want to do a smoke cleanse or something like that. You may want to do that. I do that sometimes too, but also this is the way I encode. So I just basically put my hands on to the candle like this, right? Take a deep breath, ground yourself for sure. This is a time for grounding, ground yourself. And deep breath. Do whatever grounding exercises you need to do to kind of get yourself into a state of just, neutral energy for the most part. And then open your heart, open your mind's eye, open your heart, open your mind's eye. Um, I like to think about what it is, how I'll feel when the candle works, whatever I'm putting into it, as opposed to, oh, I really want this job, or I really want these things to happen, or I really want this guy, or whatever the thing is, right? And this is just candle magic in general. When encoding, what I call coding it, I think of how I feel. Emotions matter. Tap into your emotions. Don't worry about the thing. Think about how you'll feel. Bring up those emotions, and that's what I'm doing. Whether it's love and, alchemy and, just spring flowers and transformation and being able to create and passion, all of that sort of stuff, right? I'm tapping into that energy. And how will I feel when I see these things manifested in my life, the ability to create, to be an alchemist in a way that I truly desire, to exhibit and experience more passion in my life, which comes in all forms, and more love, giving, receiving love as well, and just butterflies and their ability to transform into something beautiful, and understanding that process may not be very pretty initially, but the results are wonderful, and just the blooming of flowers. And that just brings joy to my heart. And that brings a sense of excitement and anticipation and great gratitude, just feeling grateful. If you can't exhibit anything, just feel grateful. Grateful that these things are really happening, that this is really happening for you. This is really happening. Believe. Um, it can just be that simple. You don't have to have a whole picture and movie playing in your head if you can't do that. Just gratitude, belief that, hey, whatever I intend, it's happening. It's happening. Notice the tense that I'm using. Not happen, will happen, happening. And smile. Manifest from a place of joy. There you go. And that's how I put energy into anything, whether it's a candle, anything for that matter. You can go back and add more drops of your essential oil if you so choose. You can add more embellishments over time. They might mean more things. You might want to add layers. I like to say spells on spells on spells, so you can layer it even more as it burns down. But this is ready to go. There we go. Okay, so here is my altar. I have a 3-level altar. That down there at the bottom is where I put offerings and things like that. I actually have something on that plate. It's a Dollar Tree plate, and I use my Cricut and I cut out words to express my offerings. And I think that was just like from Michael's or something like that, the skull. And that's something I got in a gift box. It's like a pyramids, which I thought was fitting with my heritage. And that's amethyst crystals just sort of hanging. And you see the eggs again, just draped. That's actually all Dollar Tree, as I mentioned before. But let's get into the basket, the Beltane basket for decorations that I've done. So I have these just sort of draped over. I love the purple. And purple is, and the basket itself is actually purple, if you can tell. It has reverence and meaning. The colors that I chose make sense for my ancestors. And let's just look again at the cute basket with the eggs, and I do have the chocolate on there as well. And there's just like chocolate coins, which all of this is representing abundance, fertility, being able to multiply, and things of that nature. And if you notice, I did it in a way that it just made sense to me. It's kind of like hanging over, and it looks really like a lot going on, and that's what I wanted. I just burnt an incense, so that's why the ash is there, and I'll be burning another one. Um, that little piece of wood back there, first off, I just realized in the center it looks like an eye when I was sitting here just speaking with my ancestors. And I was like, why did I not notice that? Or maybe I did and I forgot. I don't know. But I have some fresh dried, not fresh, but dried herbs in the last one. I'll be filling that in with some crystals and some other herbs shortly that I'll be offering. And then just coming back down here at the bottom, I just put some necessary crystals at the bottom, necessary for me, and water. And again, that's another item that I made with my Cricut, which is magic potion. And do you know, I've said this a lot in the past, that water is a magic potion. It sustains life. So this is my ancestor altar. This is, well, I have several altars, but this is one specifically for my ancestors. So I enjoy having this decoration and just giving reverence to the season, to this time, all of it, you know, and being able to celebrate that. I'm just so incredibly grateful that I have the space, the time, and the ability to even want to put this together. So yeah, that's it. And yet another way that I just took some Dollar Tree items and created something more. So this is yet another way that I did that. So this is bringing in a little bit more of the season as well. And if you notice, there's like some grass, metallic colored grass at the bottom of the jar, all Dollar Tree, the jar, the grass, and the bouquet that I created as well. So this is yet another way I am bringing in the season and making it just a part of my everyday decor. And yet another way where I just have, again, just some decor here where I'm just showing just a little bit of spring theme along with the darkness. But yeah, that's me. Okay. Now, this is also another place. You notice my door, I have like a broom. I made that. That's actually a Michael's craft with the pink ribbon, but that's up there year round. I love the Bewitched sign, and I'm a huge fan of Friends. If you didn't know, now you know. But that's a Dollar Tree, a sign for spring with the bunny. I painted that just recently. That is definitely my ode to spring, and it just adds to the artwork on this wall where I just want to feature, you know, my little budding artist ways, my witchy ways, because there's always witchcraft theme in my mind. Anyway, but yeah, this right here is my ode to spring with the open window, and you know, it's kind of just giving spring vibes. So there you go. Then there's the spirits. So let's get into this. So I've already had the yellow flowers up. I made that deer sign. I painted it. It was actually a craft that I did. But this is my bar. And it's a wine rack on the bottom, but you know, it's my bar. So yeah, again, what you have over here is just like an explosion of flowers and things like that. That lantern is also Dollar Tree, and the whole thing. I have the like the silver, or excuse me, green metallic grass coming out, kind of spilling out. The tin is also from the Dollar Tree as well. So yeah, just more spring, more Beltane. Okay, and here we go. This is my working altar. So I created this just ridiculousness, which I love. Now the vase is not Dollar Tree, I already had that, but everything else I created. It's actually like a wreath maker, and I wanted it to just be huge and big and ostentatious. So that's what I have going on. Just an explosion of all that it is, that it is Beltane and so forth. So this is on my working altar. And then that lantern also, the bluish green lantern, also Dollar Tree. And then at the very top, that's also a Dollar Tree situation up there. Again, you get more of that grass coming out, and it's just hanging overnight. Even the tin, all of that is Dollar Tree. And I just wanted to have this representation of just whimsy, and it gives very whimsical. So that's what I wanted. And even my self care box, the blue and pink one. I think it fits the season. Even the incense holder kind of fit the season, doesn't it? So yeah, this is my ode to the season. Um, I am so happy about this. Like, this just makes me so happy. And just fun fact that has nothing to do with anything I'm talking about. Make sure to keep something like this. If you have electronic devices nearby where you're doing witchcraft, just keep a crystal like this. Trust. Okay, but yeah, that's it. And my final craft or Dollar Tree item that I got, the moon thing was already there and I just put it over top. But this is actually also from the Dollar Tree as well. So I have that there. I just wanted more more of the season. I'm taking the approach you probably would take if it was Christmas. But yeah, this is actually from the Dollar Tree where it's just giving. And I just thought this was so cute on top, the crystal. But yeah, so that's all it is. And this is just something that was gifted to me. The mirrors there. It's a little blurry, but I love how it looks on the wall. But yeah, this is the last of the spring representation and Beltane decor. And just more spring decor. And finally, just to show you where that candle goes. Right here. Right here by the bar. So here's where the candle goes. So it's right here on my big candelabra here. Anyway, but yeah, and you see the eggs. This is a purchase I got many years ago. I don't even remember. I think it was Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But yeah, this is my dining table decor. I'm gonna add some more actual embellishments to this as well. But yeah, here we go. This is where I will put that candle because it's kind of the center of the home and I am a cottage witch. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Mika, Leap Taken. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Please consider joining Leap Taken as a member. You can click the join button. I have two different membership levels. Please consider joining either. And also, please, if you would like to buy any of my Leap Taken services, you can go to leaptaken.com and purchase those there. There we go. All right. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.